family, it's your girl, Ms. Mofilla, and you already know we are back inside the maze with another dose of the critical breakdown. Now, this person sitting next to me, we go, oh boy, way back. way back, right? But clearly we've grown up. And I'm excited because this man, from watching your social media, you have been everywhere, okay? A renowned film director by the name of Elias Miranda. Welcome, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I feel like I could run your resume all day long, but I'd rather you get into it. But before you do it, I got to start my show with my thing because I forgot how to do that. It's the critical breakdown, man. Let's get straight to it. Thank you for that assist. Now tell me, Elias,
yes.
For those who don't know what it is that you do, how would you run your resume, just so to speak?
I mean, right off the bat, I tell people I'm a director, editor, producer. Those are the top three things I do.
Okay.
You know, I could add photography in there, but that's like not my forte.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm an editor, director, producer. Been doing that for too long now. It's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's trying to be modest. I can already see it happening. He's trying to be real modest about it. So I'm going to need you to name drop for me and let us know the work you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so I started off working for Reebok.
Okay.
That's where I started off. I started working for Reebok and went through there. I like jumped out and started doing my own thing after about like 8 years at Reebok. And so I've been working with a lot of corporate companies, and I also work with a lot of like nonprofit companies.
Okay.
And do some events here and there. Sometimes I dabble in the weddings, but I'm afraid of those brides, so I try to stay away from that. But,
okay.
But my main thing that I work on is corporate videos, which a lot of it is like B2B, so business to business type of stuff. Okay. So it's some stuff that a lot of people don't see. And I do a lot of like storytelling for nonprofits.
Okay. So in your career, how long have you been doing this now? You said too many, but I need you to put a number on it.
Yeah, I'd say I've probably been doing this for about like 18 years now.
Ooh, I know that's
18,
right.
19.
I think that's pretty valuable to call you a vet in this game, right?
I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Point.
So as a vet in this game, what would you say would be the campaign that you're most proud of?
Ooh,
it's like choosing your favorite child, isn't it?
I'm most proud of. I mean, it gotta be the stuff with Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
I've done two like major ones, I'd say. One was when he first signed on with Reebok. Okay. And he had this shoe collaboration. It was like the announcement of it, like, or like the tease of it. And he happened to be at the headquarters and at this like big sales meeting. I used to do all the videos, like open up the meetings and like open up to certain departments and concept videos. And he saw one of my videos and he's just like, yo, who did that video? And they're like, oh, it's this young guy in the back. Elias.
That's how it always is, right?
So then he was just like, yeah, come out with me to Portugal. Got the shoe coming out and I want to like shoot some videos. And every time working with him, it's always just like very loose concepts. Like he has an idea, but there's nothing concrete, nothing.
Because the way he even talks is real abstract. So I can imagine.
So Reebok is just like, hey, Elias, here, go figure this out. And luckily, I'm very good at that.
Yeah.
But that's what I liked about it, just because it's like it's a lot of creative freedom. Like, I mean, we're staying at like nice hotels, like palaces, and he's just like get into the limo, go around the city, get the shots you need. Meet me at 4 after my Aston Martin meeting, and then we're gonna go like get shots outside.
That's nice.
And then from that, it's just like editing, creating the video, and it came out a banger. And then that relationship with Reebok like grew really well with him. And then like years later, after I left Reebok, doing my own thing with EMP, Reebok had another project with him with a new shoe. And they're like, he has ideas. We don't know how to.
I don't know how to make it make sense, but
yeah, exactly. So then they're like, call Elias. And then went out to his house in New York and like was utilizing the artwork that he had in his house and just to like tease this new shoe that was coming out, and that video came out dope. So.
That's dope. Now tell me, was it your partnership with Reebok that led you to that epic moment of getting to meet Alan Iverson?
No, definitely. I say, like, cause my path to doing video is not like the the norm path. I didn't go to a film school.
Okay.
I didn't like. I went to UMass Amherst. I went in there trying to do like kid psychology type of thing.
That sounds about right from the Elias I knew.
Exactly. Those classes did not work out for me, so I pivoted and then like landed in video, and then just like noticed that came like naturally to me.
Okay. I feel like this episode is specifically for Danny, our cameraman.
We could talk after.
Absolutely. So I think it's really dope that you didn't go the traditional route, because I don't feel like we hear that enough. So were you self-taught?
No, I wouldn't necessarily self-taught. I mean, I took classes, so it was like editing classes, but it's like UMass didn't have the resources, didn't have all the high-end equipment. So I was like learning on editing. I was learning editing on editing software that wasn't like the thing to use at that time. I don't even remember what it was called.
Okay.
But it like sparked that like, I was like, oh yeah, I used to do this stuff when I was a kid, like with my like camera at home, with doing wrestling videos with my brother. But then it was just like putting it together and then like learning like the rules of video and like the 180 rules and all those like basics.
Don't get me to lying. I don't know. I don't know.
But like learning the basics of video, and then being able to just like realize like, oh, I could apply my creativity and like this big imagination I have and like use this tool to like put something together. It was great. And yeah. I can't remember the original question that you asked.
I forgot your question at this point. No, that's fine. That's perfect. Now, I have a follow-up question, though. Based on the clearly hectic and like impromptu scheduling that you have, you also are a family man, right?
Yes.
Right, you got kids, multiple, a family.
Two
you got
boys,
two boys?
And a dog.
Oh, and a dog. Okay. Yeah. So how do you balance that family life when you have such an impromptu schedule like that, where it's kind of unpredictable?
I mean, it's definitely tough. It's a challenge. It's like luckily and unluckily, me and my wife both work from home. We're both like very creatives and freelancers.
That's dope.
So, you know, at times I'm like, hey, I know I got a busy week coming. She can like, you know, put the brakes on what she's doing and, you know, take over the house. But it is a challenge. I have an office at home. There's times I hate having an office at home. Especially when like my little man wasn't in daycare. I have a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old. So they're like very drastic in different ages, so I'm dealing with two different spectrums. But yeah, we finally got him into daycare, so that gave me like a little bit of breather. But I was literally at home, like editing, talking to clients, getting on Skype meetings, and just being like, put him in the room, like lock him up, like give him the iPad, like just like, keep him quiet type of thing. But it was tough, especially because my younger one, he was born during COVID. And he had a lot of issues when he was born. So he had like open heart surgery.
Oh, wow.
Stomach surgery, like he was premature. And that was during COVID too. So it was like dealing with COVID. On top of that, it was like, I mean, I was going from like filming like Reebok, like $20,000 budget videos to like running to the hospital and then like seeing him like flatline.
You know, and you still have to find a way to balance.
And then still like, you know, gather up because that project still needs to get finished. So it was tough. It's tough, but it gives you that reason to like keep fighting. Like it's like, I mean, this is why I got to do this.
Absolutely, like, it's bigger than you.
It is.
All right, so I feel like in your realm of work, is it safe to say that there's not really a lot of people of color or BIPOC individuals in your realm, or would you say it's the opposite?
No, I'd say it's the opposite. It's tough. It's like, I know they're there, but I just don't see them on certain sets.
Gotcha.
So there could be more on certain sets, but I know that the talent and, I mean, the guys that I work with, like, I make it a purpose to, like, if I can get one of my brothers on set, like, we're gonna work, we're gonna make this money together.
That's like, dope. That's so dope.
And I've done that ever since I left Reebok. Like, it was like a goal of mine to just be like, I see, because working at Reebok, I saw what the vendor life was like from the inside. So I was able to see like, oh, what do they price at? What do they bring to the table? How do they deal with clients? How do they work with clients? Who do they partner up with? And then taking that, I was like, all right, I want to take that, but then I also want to involve my brothers into this. I want to see like, and so I did it ever since I left. It was like, you know, working with my boy Flavio and like I have like sound guys that are like the black sound guys, like camera guys, like photographers, and keep it in the family. And that was really important to me, and I feel like that helped me elevate two of my clients too, because they appreciated seeing that.
Okay.
They appreciated seeing me show up, and then it was also like a team, and then like the work was getting done, and it was getting done to a certain quality, and then they'll still, you know, money wasn't getting pinched,
right.
that, like the usual agencies do. So
now listen, I thought I had one final question, but that just led to me one final follow-up. I can't speak today. One follow-up question. Building a team. Oh dear God, the struggles in that, right? Especially when it's you know, opening the door to the people that you know and you love and giving them the opportunities. What are some of the challenges you experience when trying to manage your team, so to speak?
That's always been like a big challenge for me, just because I'm that type of person that's like, I need to do everything. And that's why you asked me, like, what's my resume, what's my title? And it's just like director, producer, editor, like sometimes photographer. It's like, it's because it's like, and that's how I was at Reebok. At Reebok, I was setting up projectors and TVs and recording Iverson and doing like a little bit of everything, which helped me learn to see I'm good at this and I hate doing that. So it helped me evolve and grow. And I took that when I went solo. But like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just brain fart. I just had a brain fart.
A little childish Elias comes out.
No, but it's like, so to me, it's like I was always like doing things on my own. So it was like I knew what I was capable of.
Okay.
So I knew that I could get there for clients. So it was I always had that fear of like bringing somebody in, and then it's like it's gonna slow down the process because I have to teach them along the way. But then I started to learn, it's like you have to learn to build that trust. And then you learn to see who you're working with.
Say that one more time.
You have to learn to build that trust in your team and in your people. Because there's the thing, it's like I'm not the greatest at lighting. So I need to find that guy that's like, that's what you're good at. Like, I trust you to do what you're doing. And then you learn to build that. And then that's what I did. There's actually a moment I was at Reebok. I believe he was like the producer of Martin. Just happened to be in the building. They told him about like me, the young black guy who works in our video production department, because we were like 3 people. So I was like leading the department at a very young age type of thing. So they told him like young black guys there. So he like swung by. And I don't know if he just saw the stress in my face, because I'm telling you, I used to do like a lot. Like I was doing like the job of like 3 departments when I was there. And I think he saw like the stress in my face, and like, it stuck with me. He just like, he looked at me, he was just like, you know, you don't have to do everything by yourself. He's like, you can still own it, but you don't have to do everything. And I was like,
that was a word for our director.
And I could tell that he was just like, I'm trying to plant this in your head. And when he was saying that, I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, you always got to do something. Like, you're always involved. But I didn't understand like what he meant. That like if you really want to succeed, like you got to learn to take your hands off.
That's a word, Elias. That's a word.
It was like, it took years. Like it all stuck to me. I mean, one, because it was like, oh, that was the producer of like Martin. Like he knows what he's saying. Like, so, but I was like, well, what does he mean by that? What does he mean by that? And it took years for me to realize like you're going to burn yourself out. And you're not going to get to your greatness because you're so burnt out, just trying to do everything on your own. So it's like, you have to learn to build that team and to trust somebody, so then you can evolve to your greatness. Because
you got me together too, Elias. My goodness, you got us all together in this room right now.
But I mean, it's like, so those things like look, I've been through a lot, and like you said, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of places and saw a lot of people, and like certain things like just sticking to your brain. That's just like, it's in there for a reason, and then you'll see like, all right, now that it applies now.
Now. I get that, and that's smart. That's that's the Latin Academy, and you see how that works. You see how that works. Now, listen, is there any future projects coming up for EMP or anything we can look forward to?
It's hard to say because my schedule is like crazy.
Really, I can imagine.
I mean, right now I'm doing like a lot of work with Primark. So that's like a new client of mine. So
I get a little discount for being your friend.
I mean, I'm trying to get a discount.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but they're a good client of mine. So I'm doing a lot of work with them. Trying to do some public facing stuff with them. So again, I do a lot of like video stuff that's like a lot of people won't see, but there's a lot of creative work behind it that helps them get to their bucks.
And when you see the final product, my God, like it's so funny when you see somebody. Me and Elias used to pass notes to each other in class, like get the throwback. So to see him as an adult, like functioning, and he's like dope at what he does. I'm like, this is crazy. Look at Elias go.
And to me, that means a lot, because every time I hear that, I'm like, if y'all knew like what little I had to work with in the beginning of that, like because sometimes I'm giving a lot of, hey, can you turn this trash into treasure?
Oh gosh, don't we all get that? Don't we all?
Yeah, I love those thoughts. I'll take it all. I'll take it all on. So it means a lot to me that you see the.
Well, I look forward to hopefully we get to see more of your E&P, all the productions coming from you, even though it's not necessarily meant for the consumer audience, but still.
No. I mean, I do stuff for social. But it's just I know it's just nowadays everybody's just like, oh, you do videos. I want to see that catalog of videos. It's like,
can I get a music video?
Yeah, I mean, because I've done a lot of stuff with Iverson that's like won't make the public.
Gotcha.
Like I've done like videos of him like doing messages to China and stuff like that. Like flew me out to Atlanta. Like, I mean, waiting 8 hours for him to show up at the studio type thing, but nah, he's dope though. He's my boy.
That's epic. That's epic moment.
But like, I did something that's like, damn, I wish like people could see that I did this.
Document
I was just out here like waiting for him, hanging out with him, like chopping it up with him. So there's a lot of stuff back here that a lot of people don't know about.
Listen, we got to start putting the cameraman in front of the camera so they can talk about all the things that they've seen. Next up, we're gonna be talking to our own Danny. Okay. Now listen, if anybody's looking for you or your services, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, so I'm Elias_Miranda_Productions on Instagram. My website is eliasmirandaproductions.com. S on productions. I know it's a long one, but take your time.
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
But yeah, through those pages, you should be able to see like a good breadth of like my portfolio. I also have Vimeo, vimeo.com/Elias Miranda. Then you can see like the bigger breadth of my portfolio. Dope. Nonprofit to corporate to celebrity work.
We might have to have an Inside the Maze Elias Miranda Productions collaboration.
I got a lot more stories I could tell too. Like
all right, so you speak about, how you have all this clientele on the business side of things, right? But on the personal side of life, do you ever get like your family members, or so to speak, that are trying to book you for certain gigs, or do they kind of bypass you or things of that sort, or do they not feel like you could do that?
It's like if I get bypassed, I won't be mad at it.
He's like, actually, you're doing me a favor.
I won't be mad at it just because, I mean, at this, like, I'm on the right budget for the project. And usually when you're dealing with, and it's like, I'm here to help out family and stuff like that. But, a lot of times you'll be dealing with that, like, yo, I got this great idea. I got $100. And it's like,
that's not really the budget.
So to me, it's like, usually those calls, it ends up in that conversation. So I'm usually not mad when those calls like bypass me.
Okay. And that's real. It feels like if you're not willing to meet my budget, then do we really need to have that conversation? So to me, it's like, if you're calling me, then it's because I'm calling for that quality, and I know it's going to take something to get to that quality. I want my team to take notes. No, I'm joking. Block that out. I want my team to take notes, okay? If they ain't matching your budget, don't talk to them. You understand me?
I mean, but the thing is, though, always be flexible.
Absolutely.
Always be flexible. Always have your standards. Always have your bottom line. But always be flexible, because I've seen a lot of people just go like, no, I want to be known as this great director, so no, I won't do anything lower than that. But then you got to realize, like, you don't know like what could have came after that.
From it,
you could have got 10 more projects.
Absolutely.
Just like squeezing yourself a little bit on that one project.
Yeah, you got to find that balance of, will this help me in the future, or can I get this money now?
Exactly. Is this a one and done, or is this like a relationship that I'm going to be building? And trust me, that relationship is way more valuable than that like one and done win.
Absolutely. And 9 times out of 10, your family's not going to be your best clientele. Let's just call it what it is, right? Respect. Right. Now, listen, everybody knows where to find Elias and all that good stuff, but make sure you follow me too, Ms. Mofilla, on everything. And make sure you follow my website, MsMofilla.com. And while you're at it, make sure you go on over to Inside the Maze on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell down at the bottom so you can keep track of everything we got going on. Because it's always something, man. It's always something. The Critical Breakdown, Ms. Mofilla, Elias Miranda of Elias Miranda Productions.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Thank you.
Peace out, family.